Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a video that is a little bit different for my channel. I like to keep it super positive on here and just kind of talk about the things I like and kind of leave out the negative stuff. But I was kind of decluttering my makeup, which I needed to do. I'm just getting so much stuff in and buying stuff that I just don't have room for all of it anymore. And honestly, for a while, I just kind of liked looking at it. I'm like a makeup hoarder. And I know a lot of you guys can probably relate to that. I will hold on to something just for the packaging. Even if it's a product I completely and utterly hate and I don't use it, I'll hold on to it just because the packaging is pretty or I just love the brand. Obviously, I cannot do that anymore. It just does not work like that. My makeup will be like flooding everywhere. So I have a big box right here and it has everything that I am throwing out. So I'm either throwing it in the garbage, like a lipstick or something that I've used that I just don't want to like give away because I kind of feel like that's a little bit gross. But I do have products in here that I will like I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like gonna literally take a garbage bag and just dump all these products out because some of them are still really good and I'm just gonna disperse them through my friends and family, and everything that I don't end up giving away, I can do a giveaway for if I've never used it, or I can donate it to a women's shelter. So those are the options. I didn't want you guys to think that I was just gonna chuck all of this in the garbage and put like good money to waste. That disclaimer is over. Let's start the video. I just wanna let you guys know that brands that I have like talked about and products that I have in this video does not reflect how I feel about the brand. I think a lot of these products just did not work for me, or a lot of the time these products are just, I have so many of them that I just don't need another one, especially if I didn't like this one as much as I like something else. So the first product I think I want to get out of the way, that is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I've talked about this before on my channel. I'm just not a really big fan of the Naked palettes by Urban Decay. I love their eyeshadow. I am wearing the Aphrodisiac palette on my eyes right now that I did a whole full look on it, but I'm wearing that on my eyes right now and I'm obsessed with this palette. I like the smaller ones a lot better than I like the Naked ones like these. I just feel like this color palette is just something that I don't use in general. It's like a lot of pinks and there's a lot of shimmer shades in here and I just feel like it's not something that I can use or want to use. So I am getting rid of that. That's been in there for a little bit and I think it just needs to go. The next product is just something that I just don't personally use. I have tried it once, but it's just not something that I find that I need. And that is the NYX Cream Highlight and Contour Palette. So that is this right here. The contour shade is like really pink slash weirdly gray. And I don't use a yellow highlight underneath my eyes. And this one is just nothing. So, and I don't really use cream products anyway. I do have oily skin, so I'm just gonna have to go ahead and set it with a powder anyway. So I just kind of skip the whole cream step. I go to just applying powder first, and then I don't really do the cream thing. This next one is gonna be a shock, but I did mention this before that this was not a favorite palette of mine. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is the one where they use like a ton of like glitter flecks in here. It just like was not my favorite palette. It was chunky glitter. It just like wasn't something that I used. I feel like I'm gonna probably give this away to a family member or something because I think I'm just picky about it and I have so many highlighters and stuff like that that just this one I really was at the bottom of my drawer and I was like, I never really even liked this palette. I liked the Nicole Guerrero one that they came out with her. That was honestly probably one of my favorites by them. But this one was just a miss for me and that's that. The next palette is from Sigma. It's the Cream de Couture Pressed Color Palette. And I was excited when I got this in the mail. Kind of like my thoughts were when I got the Laura Lee palette in the mail and I was just like, there's a lot of colors in here I'm kind of excited to use, and then it was just like a fail. Like this has no pigment to it. The pan size are so small. There's tons of fallout. Like there's just no pigment. Like it's too chalky. It's a little bit dry. I don't really like the consistency of this. I have a bunch of their other eyeshadow palettes that I think are pretty good. I think it was just these highlighter colors and it just like wasn't for me. The next product I'm going to talk about is the Wet n Wild Focus Foundation. I know that a lot of you guys, or a lot of people in general, were obsessed with this. This was a miss for me. I didn't really like the applicator. I felt like it was just so messy. I felt like I couldn't get out the product I wanted, and I honestly just didn't like the way this foundation looked on my skin. I don't know if it's because like their lighter shades just look patchy. Like I think lighter shades in some foundations, like a NYX one that I tried, are just, I don't know if they have too much white pigment in it or it just separates. It just does not look good. So I just did not like this, which sucks because I wanted it to, but what are you gonna do? The next foundation is the NARS. This is the Sheer Matte. Didn't really like this one either. I think this could have been just because this was a wrong color, so I couldn't really wear it. It was just, honestly, I think NARS foundations are just so yellow. Like, they really run with that golden, like, yellow undertone theme, and I just think nobody is that yellow. No, I like to go for a more yellow-based foundation because I do have some redness in my skin, so it kind of helps to counteract that. This yellow is like jaundice yellow, and I just don't understand who is that yellow. The next product I want to mention are all of these single eyeshadows. So these are from NYX. These are their primal colors, in quotes. These just did not work for me. Again, it was just reminded me a lot of that Sigma one and that Laura Lee palette. Like, they're very vibrant, bright colors, but when it comes to the pigment and it comes to the fallout, it's just so intense. I feel like I've yet to find a brand that makes really good pigmented, bright highlighter colors. I know Suva Beauty, if that's how you say it, I know that they're really known for stuff like that. I just have yet to try some, but those are just a miss for me. I bought them a long time ago for a NYX Face Awards video that I was doing. It was a fail, and I just have literally never used them since. The next thing I want to talk about is the Christopher Buckle Power Lock Makeup Setting Spray. As you guys can tell, this is pretty filled in here. It sounds like a spray can. So this setting spray tingled when it went on. It honestly made my skin feel like some type of way. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way that it made my skin feel. I feel like it didn't really do any different for me in general. These next two things were like such an Instagram trend, and I wanted them to work so bad because I saw everyone on Instagram and everybody on YouTube ranting and raving because they were like, oh my god, this brush is so innovative. And I was like, oh my god, I need it. So these brushes, doesn't work for me. I feel like it soaks up all the foundation. I just never really liked it just made my skin look super streaky. And I just feel like it just didn't blend on my skin nicely, so that's literally all I can say about it. It was just bad. These next two products I bought because of Jaclyn Hill, and they were her like products she made, and these are just like so old that these just literally need to go in the garbage. This was her first collaboration, I think, in general in the whole like industry. I feel like she was maybe one of the first people to collab with a brand. I'm not 100% sure, so don't take that as like the Bible, but I just remember like way back in the day when she came out with that, it was just incredibly innovative, and it was different, and it was her, and I was obsessed with her, and I was like, you know what, I really need to have this product. So I have a couple lip products here I want to talk about just really quickly. This NYX Lip Suede, it's in the shade Vintage. It's like dark. This one I used in a tutorial a while ago, and I've yet to touch it again. It was so patchy, and I know that dark shades are kind of sometimes hard to formulate, but this was so patchy I couldn't get an even layer. Like, you could see my lip through it. Some places were darker than others. It was just a mess, and I have never used this since. It literally was used one time for like a fall tutorial, and I've never used it again, but it's going in the garbage. But the next two lip products you guys are going to be a little bit shocked about, and I don't not like the brand, but this is the Dose of Colors Liquid Lipsticks in Black Rose and Berry Me. I got these at IMATS, I think, like 2 years ago. And it was kind of when maybe 3 years ago. It was when Dose of Colors was like a new brand, and like these liquid lipsticks were different, and everyone, like, I just wanted to be new and innovative, so I bought them in IMATS, and I came home and I literally remember wearing them on my Instagram so many times because I wanted them to get to notice me. Like, this was a while ago before I had like any following, and I just wanted like everybody to kind of like see that it was like Dose of Colors or whatever. Keeping it so real with you guys, I did not like the formula of them at all. They were so drying, so patchy. They would literally crumble off my lips, and that was a long time ago. So I'm not saying that the formula is still the same. I just have yet to purchase any more because I was so turned off by these ones that I just never purchased any more after that. Next brand you guys are going to be a little bit shocked at too, but it's not that I don't like this brand, it's just that I don't like the way that these are formulated. So these are the Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipsticks, or whatever they are, long-lasting liquid lipstick. They don't dry down to a matte finish. I don't want to be wearing something that's going to transfer and I have to worry about my lip line being messed up if I eat something, or if I like turn my head and my hair gets in it. Like, I don't want to have to worry about that. So these do not dry down to a matte finish, so I don't necessarily like that about them. They're just not my favorite liquid lipsticks. The next one is another lipstick. A lot of these are lipsticks because that's like the majority of my collection. Like, I just have so many lipsticks. And that is the Makeup Geek liquid lipsticks or whatever these are. Honestly, these came out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago maybe, and I'm just not impressed. I wasn't impressed when I got them. I just feel like the packaging is what really like screws it up. It's just like you don't get any product when you pull it out. It's just like, it would take me 3.5 years to do my lips if I like used this. So I ended up giving a bunch away. I did have the whole entire collection. There are some that I'm keeping because I like the colors and I think that they're a little bit like rare and I don't have anything else like it in my collection. But a bunch of them I've just kind of already given away and I'm just going to continue to give them away. The next one is a Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick. I just didn't like the color of this one. I didn't feel like it was pigmented enough in the sense that it was just patchy. It's one of those dark colors again and I didn't really like the formula. Like I said, I'm pretty picky about my liquid lipstick formula. Either it's got to feel super light and comfortable on my lips and not drying, or I can't wear it. The next product is from Makeup Forever. This is just something I just don't use anymore with all the amount of single shadows I have. It's just the palette 9 Artist Shadow, whatever the heck this is. This is something I got in gratis at Sephora. It just has a bunch of shimmer shadows in here and like a matte black, and I just have so many shadows that look like this. I have so many eyeshadow palettes in general and single eyeshadows. This is just something I don't need. I feel like this could be used by someone who has barely any eyeshadows or is just wanting to start their collection, but this is a good brand and their eyeshadows are nice. Their artist shadows are amazing. It's just like I don't need so many of the same color anymore, especially because I have so many other ones. The next product is the Makeup Geek Kathleen Lights Highlighter Palette. Again, it's not that I don't like this product, it's just I have so many highlighters and these colors I just don't really use. I feel like this is definitely good for someone who has like a darker, richer complexion, but when it comes to like me, all these shades are way, 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 way too dark to be a highlighter on me. Like you would definitely know that I had it on. So it's just, I have the other highlighters. This is just so gold. It'd be great for someone with a darker complexion. As for me, I am someone who is pretty pale in the wintertime and mostly the summertime. I didn't even get that tan this summer. So this just couldn't work for me, sadly. But the Makeup Geek highlighters are not bad. I do have a bunch of them. I am discarding some of them because of the color and because I have so many that look like them that I just don't need them anymore, but I like the formula and I think the brand is great. I love Marlena, so I don't want you guys to think I'm shading the brand. It's just, I have so many of these, I don't need anymore. I'm gonna briefly talk about the next product because we have already seen my video on it, and if you guys haven't, I will have it listed down below, and that's just on the Laura Lee Party Animal palette. I know that a lot of people were like, thinking I was jumping on the bandwagon of like hating her, but the reason I posted that video had nothing to do with her and like whatever was going on in her social media or whatever the case may be. I got it in my BoxyCharm and it looked so pretty to play with. Honestly, it reminded me a lot of the Electric palette and it just didn't work for me. And I know that I wasn't the only one. There was a lot of people that commented on that video and let me know that the product just didn't work for them. So yeah, this was definitely just a miss for me, and this is probably just gonna go in the garbage. The next product is from Urban Decay again. This was just a miss for me, honestly. This was the Naked Flushed palette in Native, and this color I would never use. It's way too pink for me. I like something more, a little bit more warmer, a little bit more orange. You guys know on my channel, I rarely ever do pink blushes. I just don't like something that looks super intense on my cheek. I like something that just looks a little bit more bronzy, a little bit more just subtle. And this highlight is okay, but I'm not going to keep the palette for just a highlight. Like I said, I have so many of them. And this bronzer is just not me. I just can't. It's too orange. Like, it just is a little bit patchy. And like I said, I have a couple of bronzers that are my holy grails. So I just don't need this anymore. Next thing is this NYX Beauty School Dropout. I mean, honestly, it's just something I don't need. Like, these shadows like aren't that pigmented. They're a little bit patchy. I mean, it's got some bronzers, it's got some like eyeshadows and stuff like that. This would be great for like a little girl to kind of play in makeup wise, but like it's definitely not something that I would use. Again, I have too many shadows, I have too many high-end shadows, I have too many like shadows that I really like that I just don't need an extra chunky, large palette in my collection. It's just, I don't need it. Okay guys, so that is it for the makeup that I'm throwing out. I still need to go through and kind of do another purge just because I feel like there's a lot of products I'm still holding on to because of the fact that it's the brand, or just there's a lot of stuff I just haven't used, and I think I'm kind of holding on to it because, like I said, I'm a makeup hoarder and I don't like to get rid of things because I like to kind of look at it. Like I said, like I kind of like to just look at my makeup collection and be like, ah, like look at all that makeup I have, instead of being like, wow, what do you actually use out of here? Because if If I got rid of everything I didn't use, I would have like 5 things in my makeup thing. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if we have any products similar that just didn't work for us, or let me know if you guys loved any of these products in the comments down below. Also give the video a thumbs up. Just let me know that you guys are loving me being back on YouTube. Honestly, I am. I feel like I look forward to filming these videos. Yes, I am posting once a week. It's a little bit easier right now. I think I was stressing myself out a lot with pushing myself to do 2 videos a week. And I also would like some time with my boyfriend because he leaves me for 9 months in a little bit. So I'm trying to soak up all the time that I can, but I'm here to post on YouTube regularly. My next video is going to be a tutorial. I'm going to be redoing the look that I was going to do in my last video. So that's something you guys want to see. Stay tuned. That'll be next on the channel. Don't forget to check out my last video, which will be right here. Subscribe, join the family, you know, learn a couple makeup techniques, have a couple laughs, and I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye, guys.